Hello. I'd like to. Oh, I wanted to introduce this. These charts we make for our family, and I've been making them since the 1990s. They're really good, very handy, very helpful, and they have three titles at the top. It's money. I'm not sure if you can see these well. It's a chart with lots of squares, and it's money over one side. Miscellaneous is anything in the centre, and over here is events, big events. And you fill out the little squares with the dates, and you write in, like I would say, we saw my sister Deidre on the 16th of the 11th, 2011, and I've written that down here, and it's to remember the event. I've got a lot of these stacked away, but I also put on events coming, like if I had to go to the dentist. And so I put down the date that I had to go to the dentist, and then I'd write something about that, and when it's over I'd put a cross through it, or write down the word done, to say that I'd done it and the event had gone. So it's then there, and you might see the dates. I've printed the dates in there, and some of them put dollar signs in so that I know that's where that is. And in the dollar I've got paid telecom some money, and I went to the doctors for a finger infection, and and had to get some pills, so I put that in too. And Grace, my daughter Grace, is doing a pamphlet run, and she got her first wage, her first pay for that on the 10th of the 11th, 2011. So it's quite handy. When you gather these up, you have lots and lots of these like I have, I can now go back through the years and know the dates of things. You can even database, I suppose, put them in a database on the computer, and do something like that. So, I thought I'd mention that. Another thing we do, we print one of those out every month. That's the November one, actually. It's not finished. Another one is we do a calendar, and that's what it looks like. And over here we have verses and quotes, popular ones. Ones you can go up and look at during the week, and you say, and it's got trust in the Lord with all thine heart, lean not into thine own understanding. You can ponder on that over a month, because this calendar is going to be up in a month. And the top part here with the images, it says have a blessed day, is month of November, and down here over December, and down here is January for the next year. And so we can work out the upcoming dates, and we can cross them off as we go through them, and cross each day as we go through, and it's really good. I've been doing these for a very long time too, and at the top here it's got Sandbrooks, and it's got Bless Our House, and 2011, and the image is there is a recent one I've put up on Facebook, and everything on it is positive. And as you can see, there's a rainbow. To me, a rainbow is hope and love and promises and all sorts of wonderful things like that. But anyway, and so the whole idea behind this is this side here makes you think. You might sit there and look at it and think about what's there. There, you can work out your day. If you have these two next to each other, which I have them in the fridge, then you have the two on the fridge next to each other, and you can organise. It's a cheap, simple way of organising. All you need is a computer and a printer, preferably a colour printer. You can print them out yourself. But I used Cerise Page Plus 8, I think it is, for making the calendar, and that is made on a word processor I wrote called KiwiWord Pro. It's not for sale anymore. I'm eventually the only person I think in the world that uses it now. It used to be for sale in the year 2000, but I stopped selling it years ago. And it's a word processor very much like Microsoft Word, only a lot smaller and simpler and easier to use. And I made that, and then I just load it up, and then print it out for each month, make a few changes. And so that's actually made on a word processor, so you could do that on Microsoft Word, and and this one here is the Nova. Very graphics program. Yeah, very, very helpful, both of them. And you can store them away too. Okay, it's just what you might want to know about this. Help you become more organised in your day and the things that you're doing as you go around your house. Another tip about being organised, many years ago, was obviously the earlier you get up, the more organised you are. But whenever you, it's a little tip, it's a very helpful tip, a good one to get your children into, is if you see something lying around, pick it up. When you see it, and as you walk through your house, and you'll be amazed how quickly things get cleaned up and that. You're making a habit. Now, if you have things that you think aggravate you, you don't want to do them, but if you make them a habit, you just do them naturally, and they don't aggravate you anymore, and there's a good thing from them. And you can sit there and say, well, you know, the advantage of picking everything up is obviously less mess. You put it where it's supposed to be. So, but for everything you do, and it's like vacuuming the floor, you can make that fun by singing and having music. There are quite a few people that turn the stereo on and vacuum, listening to music and singing and all that. And you can, I sing a lot with my children. I sit around the house all the time. I sing Christian songs, I sing, you know, hymns, I sing modern songs, I sing all sorts of songs. My singing range would go way back to, you know, to the hymns of old times, to the modern music of today. And so I have a very, and I'm not, I don't prejudice any type of music, because there's always good in there somewhere. And God's reaching out with people for all sorts of music. He'll find a way to get in there and reach people, which is really good. So, you know, a happy person, I walk down the street with my children and we sing, you know, we used to sing, just walking down the street doing things, you know, and it's singing is beautiful. It really lifts up the soul, gives you a happy house, you know, and you keep the songs positive and you keep them happy, and you don't discard any old music and new music. When you say one type of music is cool and you block out all the other music, you limit your range of music coming into your home. Another good one is we started learning French, and we've been doing French for a few years now, and we're not great at it, but with French, we started watching French movies, you know, they're Hollywood type music, maybe some very good, and only the wholesome stuff. And there's also one of my favourite French movies is My Mother's Castle. It's a wonderful movie. And the other things you can do is you learn the music. You know, while you're learning the language, you can sing French songs as you go around your day. And that's one of the famous is Fleur de Chaka, things like that. And you can do all that sort of stuff as well. And you when you learn a new culture and you learn a new language, you learn about the country, and you take in all these songs through. You've got all the songs in, say, for English, all the songs in the English language, and all the songs in the other language you've learned. I know people have learned many languages, and so you can sing and learn. I think it was Nana Muscuri, who is the most popular female singer in history, last I read. And she's sung in a huge amount of languages, lots of languages. She knows English, Greek, French, and lots of different languages. And she put out songs in those countries. And when you think it's quite interesting, crafty, because she has hits in each one of those countries, and it gives her a great audience. And she, you know, so that's another thing. Music is beautiful, it's wonderful, it lifts the soul. Music is spiritual, and I love music very much. If there weren't music, and if it didn't have something to really lift me up in those down times, you know, it would drive me crazy. I've had a few songs over time, over my life, where I've used them as happy instruments to just, you know, get me out of the, yeah, when I feel someone come and have an argument with you or something, well, I turned around and had a few of those when I was married, and I used to use good music to lift me up again and get me feeling good. And music can really save your soul. You know, if you add some music to your day, it's a beautiful thing. And if you keep adding, if you sing, lifts your heart. It's like laughing, you know, it makes you have fun and you're happy and wow, it's good. So I love music and I highly recommend you sing and have lots of good music in your home. Even if it's an orchestration or something like Mantophone, or if it's the modern songs, you know, as well. So it doesn't matter what it is, you know, as long as it's good music and it's fun music and you can sing to it especially, it doesn't matter what your voice is like. And then, you know, it's like in church when you sing hymns, you've got your son with what voice you came in the door with. And, you know, that's a blessing. So, you know, it's wonderful. And so it's nothing I highly recommend. God bless you and have a good day.